Freude groß.
Servus und herzlich willkommen zur Ausgabe 22 unseres Basketball-Magazins in dieser Saison. Wir machen heute eine Extended Version unseres Bayern Talks und haben dafür einen Special Guest, niemand geringeren als unseren Head Coach Sasa Djordevic. Sasha, welcome. Thank you so much for taking the time. I know it's not good to stay in the past for too long, but we have to talk about the cup a little bit. And before we get started, we have prepared a little clip about you and like the most emotional scenes that you had with your players. You can just press play.
Der erste Titel der Saison geht für den FC Bayern München. Ja, da ist die Freude groß natürlich bei Gino und Djordjevic. Means a lot, means the world. So proud to coach these guys. We work hard. They deserve it. The club deserves it. The club, everybody, from Marco to all the doctors, Bio, my coaching staff, Mookie, Goran and Philip, everybody in the office. This is really big. For me, personally, it's huge.
Good. So I still didn't get them for this, but they will get it.
Hey, you have. I'll say it once the cameras are on. Okay, great. I love you guys. I love you. Thank you. Bravo! Let's go.
How does it feel to see those pictures even after a few weeks now?
Well, it's beautiful. It's that's what you work for. That's what you hope. That's what you dream. It came true. It's a good success. Great for all of us. It's a confirmation of what we believe in, what we preach and teach, how we coach, how we play. It's a great thing. Obviously, a lot of thanks to a lot of people. But it's in the past. In my character, it's the day after I was somewhere else already, thinking about what's next, what's the next step, what's the next practice, what's the next opponent, and this is the only way. There is no past in sports. Unfortunately, after when you're done with your career, then someone might write something good or show a picture or show a movie about it. But that's what it is. You just work for living something, for leave something behind you after you're done.
You just said it, it's back to business right away.
Yeah.
You had the fever break for you and some of the players, it was game time again. And now, you know, BBL is in full effect, Euro Cup is going into a very important phase. How do you manage to get the team to refocus again after you've had a success like that?
Well, first of all, it's a long period from the cup finals till the first game. It's going to be really long, which is not good. We were in a good mood, good shape, fired up and everything else. But of course we need to recharge. We gave some days off. The players who stayed here and the coaching staff, they took a different approach to the practices, which is normal. We worked a lot on physical condition, on getting those legs back, and slowly getting back into a game focus. And we just have to get back into what we did and try to get the wins again. That's what it's all about. It sounds simple. It's not simple. It's challenging, but it's also rewarding, I believe.
Let's take a look at the BBL first. Also viel Spaß beim BBL-Update.
Sich messen mit dem Tabellenführer der Easy Credit BBL, die MHP Riesen Ludwigsburg als Tabellendritter vor der größten Heimherausforderung. Großer Besuch in der MHP Arena. Uli Hoeneß als Präsident des FC Bayern München war mit dabei bei diesem Spitzenspiel. Und natürlich auch Sasa Djordevic. Er hatte ja Nationalmannschaftsaufgaben mit Serbien zu erfüllen. John Patrick unter der Woche bereits mit seinem Team wieder ausgesprochen erfolgreich gegen Ratio Farm Ulm aktiv. Und deswegen also eventuell die Mannschaft in Gelb, die Ludwigsburger etwas besser wieder im Rhythmus. Guter Auftakt in eine Partie, die von Beginn an sehr intensiv von beiden Seiten geführt wurde. Viele Fouls, ein intensives Spiel. Anspiel auf Booker. Die Bayern bewegten den Ball etwas besser in dieser Anfangsphase, aber es war tatsächlich ein wirklich umkämpftes Spiel. Und Ludwigsburg mit einem neuen Jacob Wiley. Wenige Minuten NBA-Erfahrung, dann wurde er gekündigt bei den Brooklyn Nets. Jetzt soll er Ludwigsburg helfen. Auf der anderen Seite Djedovic zum Ende des ersten Viertels brachte er Entlastung und erstmals einen kleinen Vorsprung für die Bayern mit erfolgreichen Würfen aus der Distanz. Das Djordjevic-Team jetzt aufmerksamer. Wir sind im zweiten Viertelstil von Braden Hobbs. Der Ball wieder in Bewegung bis zu Djedovic, der nächste erfolgreiche Dreier. Er war jetzt der Anker für die Münchner in der Offensive, sodass die erstmals ein kleines Polster sich zulegen konnten. Aber Ludwigsburg, wenn sie Platz haben, sind sie ja wirklich gefährlich. Da gibt es nichts. Den Ball schnell nach vorne gespielt, Justin Sears. Aber solche Situationen waren doch eher selten bei Ludwigsburg. Sie mussten kämpfen um freie Würfe. Frei war JC, Jared Cunningham, hier auch nicht auf der Gegenseite, aber er hat so viel Gefühl im Handgelenk, er macht auch die schwierigen Würfe. Wir sind dann im dritten Viertel, die Münchner mit einem 11-Punkte Vorsprung und dann wurde es teilweise wirklich zauberhaft. Alley-oop-Anspiel, Anton Gavel auf Devin Booker. Wie die Bayern zeitweise den Ball bewegen, schauen sich das mal an. Das ist schon exzellent und Cunningham hat so unglaublich viel Athletik im Sprunggelenk. Der schaut fast rein in den Korb. Jovic mit dem spitzenmäßigen Anspiel aus dem Handgelenk auf Cunningham. Der muss aufpassen, dass er sich da den Kopf nicht stößt. Nach wie vor das dritte Viertel, das Spiel jetzt wirklich ansehnlich in der Offensive beim Tabellenführer. Sie zeigten in dieser Phase, dass da schon recht viel Platz ist zwischen Platz 1 und Platz 3 in der BBL. Ludwigsburg versuchte verzweifelt dran zu bleiben, steigerte jetzt etwas die Dreierquote, so wie hier durch Cook. Aber das Team von John Patrick hatte insgesamt doch relativ viele Ballverluste und zu wenig Ideen in der Offensive. Ganz anders die Münchner, bei denen traf jetzt jeder. Gute Quote von draußen, sehr viel Selbstvertrauen im Spiel, sodass man hier einen Vorsprung gut verwalten konnte. Dann nochmal ein kleines Zwischenhoch hier. David McCray erzielte die ersten 8 Punkte für Ludwigsburg im Schlussviertel, aber die Münchner ließen da gar nichts mehr anbrennen. Tatsächlich ein sehr, sehr überzeugender Erfolg des Tabellenführers in Ludwigsburg. Gelungene Generalprobe für die Münchner am Dienstag, das schwere Eurocup-Viertelfinal-Hinspiel gegen Unix Kazan. Sie gewinnen mit 90:73 beim überforderten Tabellendritten MAP Riesen Ludwigsburg.
Weiter geht's. In the BBL, you're fairly safe in first place. They can change at any time, we know that. But you know, the biggest rival from last year, Bamberg, as of now, they're not even in the playoffs, you know?
Well, let's put it this way. We were the rival of them. They're the champs and a huge respect to them. So being humble will always help, and I believe we have to put our feet on the floor again, on the ground again. I have a philosophy that every next game is the most important one of your careers, and that's what I try to teach everybody around. That's what I teach and preach, and that's the only way I know how to play this sport, and that's how we're going to continue. Next game is the most important one, and then after that, and we'll think about the opponents later. We want to keep this place, stay at the first place. That's one of the goals. I think that will help a lot, not only in order to play great playoffs, but also to establish this club as someone who put an impact on the league, who put a huge print of quality or good basketball in this season, and this is my goal.
So with the cup, after bringing back the cup after 50 years, that's part of achieving what you just said. And then in Euro Cup, of course, you've had the same trauma. Let's call it trauma. The past 2 years couldn't make it past the quarterfinals.
Yeah.
And now, how do you think it is possible to reach the semifinals? Was that
Just win the quarterfinals. It's very simple.
Is there anything special? Did you tell the guys? Or
No, not yet. But I don't believe that the words are going to help. Of course, the words help, and we prepare ourselves in a certain way. But that's what it's all about. Just win the quarterfinals. It's simple as that.
I have a question. You know, in the videos and looking behind the scenes, we had a chance, of course, to see the guys in situations where we wouldn't see them normally. You know, the chemistry, it's just there. You said, "I love you guys" at the end of the video, and you can tell it's genuine. It's not just you trying to sell them something. You can tell the whole team just genuinely has a good chemistry. Is that maybe the little piece? Yeah,
that's absolutely the one that is in my way of being, not only coaching. I believe I do get attached to the people. I do try to give the best out of myself to the people around, especially to the real producers of the team's success, which are the players. You have to give a lot to them to ask some in return. And I believe these personal relationships help a lot. It's a huge part of my coaching, even with the national team. This creation of togetherness, and the word that I've put as a after 1, 2, 3 Bayern, I've put last year 1, 2, 3 together. And this is what I really firmly believe. It gave me a lot in my career. It not only result-wise, but humanly gave me back a lot. I received a lot by knowing how to act together, how to be one of togetherness, and it's a beautiful, beautiful feeling.
Let's see who's waiting in the Euro Cup. Viel Spaß bei der Euro Cup Vorschau und dann sprechen wir auch über diesen Gegner.
Das Vorgeplänkel hat definitiv ein Ende. Keine Rechenspiele mehr, kein Was wäre wenn. Nur Sieg oder Niederlage, weiterkommen oder rausfliegen, Halbfinale oder Endstation. Zum 3. Mal in Serie die Bayern also im Eurocup Viertelfinale, das sich folgendermaßen liest. Darüşşafaka Istanbul gegen Buduknost Podgorica. Die Bayern also gegen Kazan, Kuban Krasnodar trifft auf Gran Canaria und Reggio Emilia fordert Zenit St. Petersburg. Auf die Bayern wartet also erneut ein absolutes Schwergewicht.
Es wird sicher schwer. Kazan ist eine traditionell gute Mannschaft, sehr stark in der WTB League und auch im Eurocup. Sehr viele erfahrene Spieler haben sie diese Saison und es wird eine sehr schwere Serie für uns. Gut ist, dass wir das Spiel zu Hause spielen, dass wir Heimvorteil haben sozusagen und wir müssen das ausnutzen. Jedes Spiel zählt. Es geht um 2 Siege und hoffentlich machen wir es besser als letztes Jahr.
Die Russen gehören mit Sicherheit zum Kreis der Top-Favoriten, haben sich mit 11 Siegen aus 16 Spielen in die K.O.-Phase gespielt. Überhaupt Kazan in Europa hoch dekoriert. 2011 holte sich Unix den Eurocup-Titel. 2014 standen sie dann nochmal im Endspiel und in der vergangenen Saison war das russische Top-Team Teil der Euroleague. Mit entscheidend in der Best-of-3-Serie wird das Duell unter den Körben sein. Kazan mit 37 Rebounds pro Spiel auf Platz 3 im gesamten Wettbewerb. Die Bayern sind da 7. Devin Booker, Mike Zirbes und Danilo Bartel bekommen es unter anderem mit Stefan Lasme zu tun. Der erfahrene Center ist Topscorer der Russen und wird von Guard Kino Kolom in Szene gesetzt. Aller guten Dinge sind aber bekanntlich 3 und nach 2016 und 2017 soll die Eurocup-Reise in diesem Jahr auch nach dem Viertelfinale noch weitergehen.
Ja, ich glaube, erstmal sind wir in einem guten Momentum, wo wir also den Pokal geholt haben. Das war ein Energieschub für uns, kann man so sagen. Wir müssen das ausnutzen, unsere Spiele spielen wie bislang. Wir spielen eine hervorragende Saison, glaube ich. Und hoffentlich mit ein bisschen Glück, das uns gefehlt hat in den letzten 2 Jahren, können wir weitergehen. Und auch wenn wir weitergehen, glaube ich, dass wir da also nicht stoppen sollen, sondern bis zum Ende gehen.
Bis zum Ende und das mit den eigenen Fans, denn die sind der oft zitierte X-Faktor. Nicht umsonst konnte der FCB alle bisherigen Eurocup-Heimspiele gewinnen.
ja, wenn du zu Hause spielst, ist alles anders. Also wir trainieren hier jeden Tag und die Körbe kennen wir schon und die Zuschauer unsere sind hervorragend, sind immer hinter uns und das hoffe ich auch, dass das im nächsten Spiel sein wird. Und ja, alles spricht dafür, dass wir ein gutes Spiel spielen.
Am Dienstagabend 20:30 Uhr der Audi Dome, also Schauplatz für Spiel 1. Duell Nummer 2 dann am Freitagabend in Kasan. Und da vermutlich nicht jeder so ganz genau über Kasan Bescheid weiß, hier eine kleine Hilfe. Kasan ist die Hauptstadt der Republik Tatarstan in Russland mit knapp 1,2 Millionen Einwohnern. Achtgrößte Stadt des Landes, circa 800 Kilometer östlich der Hauptstadt Moskau an der Wolga gelegen. Kasan gilt als Perle der Architektur, die Orient und Okzident in sich vereint. Ach ja, und noch was, die Wettervorhersage fürs Spiel 2 am Freitag sagt kuschelige minus 20 Grad voraus. Naja, immerhin konnten sich die Bayern auch in München zuletzt an frostige Bedingungen gewöhnen. In München wäre dann übrigens am Mittwoch, 14. März, ein mögliches Entscheidungsspiel 3. Die Zeit der Vorgeplänkel also vorbei. Es geht darum, die Bayern ins erste internationale Halbfinale zu pushen.
Okay, so Unix Kazan is waiting in the quarterfinals. What kind of opponent is that? What do you have to look out for?
First of all, they're a club with experience. That's something that we must not underestimate at all. On the contrary, a huge respect because they have a history in EuroLeague. They have the whole region behind, the city behind. They definitely, as a club, know how to prepare this kind of games. We know what we are fronting. We know who we are playing. Just to be, sure about ourselves, be confident, be positively arrogant in a good way of a word, and just thinking about ourselves, thinking what we can do. What we can do better, actually.
Well, the temperatures are almost Russian-like here in Munich right now. But you're a fan of winter sports, correct?
I am. I am huge fan. So congrats to your national team for the Olympics, hockey national team.
Well, I'm Austrian.
I know. No,
but
sorry,
we did win some skiing.
You did, I know.
Were you able to watch some of the Olympics?
Yes, I did, a little bit. Not a lot, a little bit. I am a huge fan. I was a huge fan of Benny Reich, to tell you, and met him. Have his skis, and I was Bode Miller fan, and back in the time I grew up with Ingemar Stenmark, Bojan Križaj, Mayer brothers, and all the other legends that I love. My parents were, both of them are physical education professors, so we went to ski since I was a kid, and I can say I'm pretty good. I love it. I love it. For me, it's the best sport, best vacation ever. So.
Did you go skiing at all this winter?
Yeah, I did. Actually, I did during the Christmas break and New Year's Eve. My family was here close by in Kitzbühel, and I just managed to be there for a day, or maybe two, and go on the slopes with my kids. That was beautiful.
Next up, we have something that we call Zimmerduell. So it's kind of like a roommate challenge. And what we did first is we asked the guys that room together to separately from each other say something good and something bad about who they room with. And first up, I
have a single room, so let's skip this. Let's skip this thing.
We have Anton and Nihad.
Okay.
What do you think are their best and their maybe not worst, but what are some qualities that you have to fight with?
Stubborn.
Yeah.
But that's a huge quality at the end of generosity as a positive, very positive, competitiveness, giving all of them physically, attitude, their culture, education, intelligence. I have a lot of. I'm. You see that when I said I love you, I really like people around. So don't ask me all the everything, but I will say something what comes up first.
And when you go away, are there some rooms, you know, with maybe younger players or something where like maybe we have to have a look at them so they don't do anything stupid?
I don't know, you know. Smoking does not help.
Okay.
So I don't know, is it a message or we know something or I don't know, but they know. So there were some players in the history of basketball who smoked a lot.
Okay.
But I hope there will not be the ones in the future or in the present.
Okay. Maybe we will find out about that, but not in this episode.
Yeah.
Viel Spaß mit dem Zimmerduell, Anton, Nihad und dann noch zwei.
Das Gute mit Anton zusammen zu sein auf dem Zimmer ist, dass du meistens immer alleine bist, weil er spielt immer Karten irgendwo.
Nein, das ist der beste Roomie, den man sich vorstellen kann. Also wir sind jetzt, was ist das, unser drittes Jahr oder zweites Jahr auf jeden Fall, dass wir schon zusammen sind.
Wir verstehen uns einfach und wir haben dieselben Gewohnheiten.
Aber wir ergänzen uns einfach perfekt, das heißt, man kann sich immer auf ihn verlassen, er hat immer Zimmerschlüssel dabei.
Wir schlafen fast dieselbe Zeit und dann wachen wir zusammen auf, morgens sehr früh, weil wir Kinder haben und vor der ganzen Mannschaft, dann essen wir auch zusammen.
Ich habe auch schon mal gehört, dass er mit mir in Urlaub gehen würde, wenn er sich eine aussuchen würde. Das wäre genau das Gleiche bei mir, also ich glaube, das muss man planen.
Wir passen einfach zusammen und wir gucken Fernsehen zusammen, wie eine kleine Familie.
Also das funktioniert, das harmoniert, das ist wie ein Ehepaar auf eine andere Art.
He likes the room to feel like a sauna, and it's terrible.
He likes to sleep in a really cold room, and I hate it.
I'm sweating in the middle of the night, and I can't sleep, and I hate it. That's what I can tell you.
Any good things about him?
No, I don't think so.
Nothing.
Also, die lieben sich auf jeden Fall heiß. Your family, do they stay in Munich with you now permanently?
Yes, my older daughter actually is in London studying, and my younger one is here, and my wife here with me. Yeah.
And you've spent some time in Munich now. What are like your favorite places to go? Maybe your favorite things to do in Munich?
Well, a lot of things. I love the city. I love the how it's settled. You know, the river. Isar. I live around Gärtnerplatz, so I love that area. A lot of bars, a lot of people, a lot of colors. Virtualen Market. It's always a fun place to just walk by and go. The center, I live it. I go by you know, buy food all the time. A lot of good quality restaurants, good food, good meat, and
you guys feel comfortable.
Italy is really close. We do live in Italy and love it. So we really enjoy it. Really enjoy it. Being close to the mountains is something that, and to the lakes is something that is unbelievable. It's a precious. So I didn't know Munich that well. I've never spent a day or two or more in the city. Always come here to play the game, and that's it. But I really enjoy it. Really enjoy it. It's a beautiful city.
Do your daughters play basketball?
My younger one, yes, she does. She plays here with a team. And
when did she start? Did you kind of?
No, I never pushed, never pushed. No,
her.
no. Both of them started. The older one went to do athletics for a year. They do ski. I don't push them to do anything. They have to choose. I give them the opportunity to choose something, to see something, and then it's up to them if they feel like to go and play violin, which hopefully she decided not to. The younger one, and then she went to the basketball, which she loves, and. If she keeps on playing, I don't know. She's good. I don't know. I don't see her. She does not want me to be there.
Oh,
so,
really? She does. I was going to ask you.
No. Like when I was a kid, I didn't want my father was a basketball coach and my mom professor of physical education. I never wanted them to be around. Never.
Okay.
I don't know why.
Next up, we're going to one of the SAGs, you know, when the players go to the schools to teach the little kids a little bit. And we had Stefan and Marvin. And how important do you think it is for really little kids, maybe they're just starting to get in touch with basketball, to have someone like that come and teach?
Let me tell you a story from my past. I was a young kid, 15-year-old kid, and we played in Partizan, and Partizan had a couple of national team players. And our coach back at the time managed to bring them over for a practice. So they came in, they just showed us a couple of moves, but we talked to them and they talked to us. And this is the day when I decided I wanted to become a national team spieler. This is exactly the day. And I know, I maybe don't remember all the other practices, but I remember that practice as in full. So it's very important that they throw, that the athletes throw a good and positive messages all the time. But I believe this interaction is a beautiful thing for kids, especially. A lot of times players, you know, sometimes they're tired, they don't want, but once they're there, they have a huge fun. They love it. They open up, and they're becoming again the kid that is still in there, because all our players, they're just big kids. Yeah.
Davon konnten wir uns überzeugen bei der SAG mit Stefan Jovic und Marvin Ogunsipe.
Hallo, ich bin der Finn. Hallo, ich bin die Dolores. Hallo, ich bin die Charlotte. Hallo, ich bin die Mathilda. Hallo, ich bin der Matteo. Hallo, ich bin der Leopold.
Hallo, ich bin der Marvin. I'm Stefan.
Hast du schon mal eine Medaille gewonnen? Wo bewahrst du die auf?
Ich habe da einen eigenen Schrank zu Hause, wo ich meine ganzen Medaillen und Pokale drin stehen habe.
Wie oft trainiert ihr in der Woche?
Also es kommt darauf an, wie viele Spiele wir in der Woche haben, aber durchschnittlich eigentlich jeden Tag 1 bis 2 Mal.
Wie lange spielst du schon Basketball?
17 Jahre. Wenn ihr euch mal auf die linke Seite dreht, dann seht ihr, was wir gewonnen haben. Wollt ihr den mal halten?
FC Bayern?
And then lastly, I will try to get something from you. Are you superstitious at all?
A little bit.
Do you have rituals on game days? Like, I mean, you were
a
player,
yes.
yeah?
When I was a player, yes. Yes.
As a coach, no?
As a coach,
just your head
no.
full of thoughts, probably.
No.
No?
No, not that much. I can't remember.
Last year we talked to Goran and we said, you know, if we win the championship, we talked about tattoos. He said he will get a tattoo if we win the championship. Yeah. So, Sasha, are you ready for a tattoo?
No, I will not do it. I will not do it. But I will enjoy watching him taking one.
Okay.
And if I might choose the tattoo for him, that would be a good one.
Oh, you would choose the tattoo?
That would be a good one. I saw a reality show right now that is friends choosing a tattoo for the other friends. So it's terrible.
Okay.
What one can imagine.
Okay.
What I can imagine to put on Goran. Wow, my God. For all the tough time he's giving me.
Okay, then we will think of something maybe when it's time. Thank you so much for taking the time.
Okay, thanks.
So, das war's mit der Sendung.
Freude groß.